What the fuck?
Jay, bend over.
Release me, you black-hearted whore!
Good evening, chocolatiers. Welcome back to Oktoberfest 2025. Tonight we're diving into one of the most chaotic, disgusting, and flat-out fun horror movies of the early 2000s. Well, I guess late 2000s. That's Drag Me to Hell, directed by Sam Raimi. After years of superhero blockbusters and some Hollywood polish, Raimi came roaring back to the horror roots, and Drag Me to Hell is pure proof that he hadn't lost a single ounce of that unhinged Evil Dead energy. This movie is slimy, it's loud, it's mean, hilarious, and straight up insane, and I absolutely love it. So when this film came out, a lot of people didn't really know what to expect. You know, Raimi had just done the Spider-Man trilogy, which was a huge success. And then suddenly he was like, all right, he's like, let's make a movie about a cursed button, a demon from hell, and a goat that talks. And it worked, because this movie is Sam Raimi unleashed. It's got all of his trademarks, exaggerated camera angles, gross out gags, jump scares, that double-edged, sword that he usually uses as punchlines, and that double blend that's perfect of horror and absurd comedy. If Evil Dead 2 was the crazy uncle of horror, Drag Me to Hell is the deranged cousin that grew up in the suburbs. So here is the setup. We follow Christine Brown, played by Alison Lohman, a kind-hearted but ambitious loan officer trying to prove herself at work. And one day an elderly woman named Mrs. Ganoush comes in begging for an extension on her mortgage, and Christine denies her. She's trying to look tough for her boss, and that one decision ruins her life, because Mrs. Ganoush cursed her with a Lamia, a demonic spirit that torments its victims for 3 days before dragging their soul straight to hell. And from there, it's just chaos. Christine starts seeing things, hearing voices, and getting attacked by shadows, flies, and yes, vomited on by a corpse. It's Raimi's perfect cocktail of horror, comedy, and total madness. Now, this movie is peak Sam Raimi, like I've said multiple times, because he uses every single trick in the book. He has those whip pan, wide lenses, fast zooms, and you can feel the camera moving like it's possessed. There's over-the-top practical effects, some CGI that's so wild it circles back around to being fun, and then you have that balance between fear and laughter. 1 second you're screaming, the next you're laughing at how gross it is, and it feels like an R-rated carnival ride. Even the sound design is genius. Every noise, the creaks, the whispers, the screams, feels like it's punching you in the face. And I have to say it, no one directs demonic possession chaos like Raimi does. He makes every single frame feel alive, dangerous, and unpredictable. Now, Alison gives this movie her all. She's relatable, terrified, and incredibly expressive. Her physical performance really sells every disgusting, humiliating thing that Raimi throws at her, and he throws a lot. Lorna Raver as Mrs. Ganoush is absolutely unforgettable. She's gross, tragic, and weirdly funny, and one of the best horror villains of that era. And Justin Long as Christine's boyfriend gives the movie a grounded anchor, and he's this normal guy reacting to all this insane supernatural chaos. And I feel like every actor commits fully to the tone, and that's also what makes this film work. No one's winking at the camera. They all believe in this madness that's happening to them. And what I love so much about Drag Me to Hell is that beneath all that insanity, there's actually a pretty solid moral story. It's about guilt. It's about the weight of one's selfish choices. Christine isn't evil. She's just trying to succeed, but her moral compromise to what happens opens the door to damnation. And you could even see it as Raimi's twisted take on something like Final Destination. It's not fate catching up to you, it's your own conscience. And there's also a ton of social commentary hidden in the chaos. You have classism, greed, and how easily people justify cruelty when it benefits them. And so I feel like with that, let's talk some standout scenes. There's so many. The parking garage fight, easily one of the most disgusting, creative horror sequences ever put to film. You have the seance scene, complete with possessed goats, levitating bodies, and Raimi's signature slapstick insanity. And of course, that ending is one of the most perfect horror finales of the 2000s. It's shocking, it's cruel, and completely unforgettable. If you're not into Raimi's over-the-top style, I feel like this movie might feel too much. It's campy, it's loud, it's full of gross out moments, and that's kind of the point. The CGI doesn't always hold up, but honestly, it kind of adds to the charm. The whole thing feels like a haunted comic book came to life. And so with that, Drag Me to Hell is what happens when a master filmmaker gets to play in his favorite sandbox again. It's both scary, hilarious, disgusting, and a completely one-of-a-kind film. This is horror as performance art, exaggerated, bold, and endlessly entertaining. It's a perfect October movie that reminds you that you don't mess with cursed buttons. And so with that, it's wild, it's wicked, and way too much fun, and I definitely recommend it for the Oktoberfest. And so with that, that is another one off the list for Oktoberfest 2025. Let me know down below in the comments, what is your favorite Sam Raimi movie? Evil Dead 2, Spider-Man 2, Drag Me to Hell. If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because we've still got plenty of cursed nightmares left before Halloween hits.